or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. I don't ask why. I don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. I don't ask why. I don't ask why.
Man, I'm ready for the whiskey bar. Y'all ready? It's Tuesday.
You buying?
Man, I'm so broke. Memphis in May, kids,
Killed me.
I'm dead. Yeah, it's like if y'all can get 2 pennies and rub them together and turn them into a few bucks, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, it was rough. It's I just gotta make money back. Bash hit me up during the break, by the way. He said, "Are you ready for Barbecue Fest?" And I said, "Oh."
I talked to him this morning actually
Not
about
today, but I will be ready. I will be ready next week during Barbecue Fest, the following weekend after this weekend. I'll be ready then. Promise. Just got to have that week in between to recover from the music fest. But everybody, welcome back into Little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. It is Tuesday. We're rocking. We're rolling. We've been talking about the NBA. We've been talking about Zion. Is this the most overrated, overhyped player in history? That's kind of like maybe a big statement, but in all honesty, the more I look at it, the more I say abso-damn-lutely. And you know why? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. If I'm the Grizzlies, of course I want the number 1 pick and I want Zion. We'll sell tickets. It'd be great for the Grizzlies. Yes, but Zion is never going to be LeBron James. He's not going to be Kobe Bryant. He's never going to be Michael Jordan or Hakeem Olajuwon or Patrick Ewing. Zion Williams, if he does grow, and let's say he gets up to 6'9", right now, do you know Nikola Jokic? Do you know what he would do to Zion Williamson in the playoffs? In all honesty, like let's just
wouldn't let him anywhere near the basket.
I mean, have you watched Denver? This is a 7-foot dude, 255 pounds, and yes, you can sit there and say Zion weighs more. Well, yeah, Zion's looking up at him. And you can say, oh, Zion jump over him. Well, he can jump pretty high, and he's got long arms. And by the way, think about like Giannis, 7'6" wingspan. This dude's like dribbling point down the middle. You think the Greek freak's going to be scared to dunk all over Zion? I'm just saying, we're talking about the biggest, the baddest dudes in the NBA. These guys can shoot. Look at Steph. Look at Clay. Look at all the stuff they do in the NBA. What is it that Zion's going to do? Is he going to be the best? I don't know. We'll have to see, but it'll be fun to watch. Now, another thing I did want to bring up, NBA style before I get to Hardinwood, I will tell you that the 76ers in Toronto are rocking. I think that tonight, Toronto at home will basically let Philadelphia know the truth. And the truth is they're really not all that good. Philly, you're going down tonight. And then Denver, as much as I'm going for Portland, I love Damian Lillard. I like CJ McCollum. I think them Nuggets are about to show you in Denver what's going down. Both home teams win. Both home teams win easily. Let's go to Hardinwood. Boom, boom, ding dong, ding dong.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Oh, it's just one of those days. You know how it is.
Technology, it's so weird, right?
It is crazy. Now, I got to tell y'all, first story of the day, and I know this is kind of sad, but I got to do it. I got to make sure everybody's safe. And they know, I want everybody to know if you are going to Texas this weekend, that you are safe. The reason you are safe, the Texas PD has now issued a statement, and it says you can sleep with ease tonight. No worry. Nobody will break in and tickle you. If you're sitting here going, what in the heck is John talking about? I'm dead serious. I'm going to read to you because it's very, very hard to do if I don't read it. You know what I mean? Like just like talking about it makes me feel like a dirty person. But if you read the actual report, it makes me feel like I'm a journalist. So Texas has now released, this is from the This is from the police in Texas, and they say they have managed, the man who has managed to elude capture for the last 3 weeks and given male and female residents in the area a real tough time because they have been struggling as over 24 homes have been broken into by, they call him the Texas Butthole Tickling Bandit. He breaks in and steals nothing. He just steals your dignity and makes you probably, and this is the other part, again, I want to really know, like, is it only 24 people? Did it really only go on for 3 weeks? Or did it take a dozen phone calls before the police started believing that this actually happened? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm the dispatch and I answer and somebody says, somebody just broke in my house, are they still there? No, they're not. They left. Are you okay? We're sending a black and white. They'll be there in 2 seconds. Stay on the line. I'm going to stay on the line, but I just feel so assaulted because he tickled me. What? Yeah, he was tickling me. Were you assaulted? Yes, I was. I thought you said you were tickled. Well, I didn't tell you where I was tickled. I was asleep, and all of a sudden I woke up and somebody was, tickling my fancy.
See, here's the thing. Did everybody wake up during it? And then he just kind of like laughed and then ran out?
Okay, so it says that when they would wake up, he would hightail out of there and run out. And again, this is no joke. Like, this really happened. And again, so when this person gets arrested, the dude had $4,500 Yeezys on. Now, my question is, where is Kanye? Like, yo, even the Texas bunghole tickler is wearing my shoes. They're dope.
Here's the crazy part about this. Obviously, the guy didn't really do anything that bad when you just think about it. Like, yeah, it makes everybody laugh. It's haha, it's a funny story.
Bad.
But here's the thing. He's facing multiple breaking and entry charges.
Oh, no. He's been charged. No. He's been charged with not just a dozen home invasions, over a dozen home invasions.
Which each one of those is a felony, isn't it?
Yeah, he's also been charged with assault and sexual assault.
He's looking at serious jail time for tickling people's butts.
And if he gets out of jail, he will have to register as a sex offender. And I mean, literally, there are some, I am trying not to make light of any of this. I just can't
but
help
it's kind
it.
of, but it's funny.
Kind of funny.
And honestly, if it happened to me, I'm not reporting it. That's a phone call.
That's a
911 call I'm not making.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say is how long ago did
That's a
this
funny
guy
bar
get
story,
away? Like,
not a 911 call.
This guy probably got away with it for a long time. It finally took some courageous people to really all right, I'm doing it. I'm turning them in. Somebody broke into my house and they tickled me in my fancy.
It'd have to happen to me multiple times before I make the phone call. First time, I'm not making that phone call.
Well, hey, whenever he gets out, I'll make sure he gets your address. That way he doesn't go back to the clank. Oh, man, yeah. That does give a whole new meaning to tickle your fancy, huh?
It really does. And the fact that this guy apparently was just so bored, had nothing better to do than break into people's houses and tickle their butt, is now going to be a registered sex offender and have serious jail time.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Now, a couple other things that are sad. What's more sad than this? Well, this year's May 18th Preakness. You know why? Because it's no joke. Not only is the best horse not going to be in the field, Maximum Security, the guy who actually really won the 145th Kentucky Derby, but they gave a disqualification, which was total BS because every horse race has a limit of 14 horses. Kentucky Derby, they make it a free-for-all. There's 20. Everybody knows that you don't call for a DQ in a race that's basically a free-for-all. He led from start to finish. BS. So guess what? We don't get to see Maximum Security in the Preakness. Not only do we not get to see Maximum Security, the best horse in the Preakness, now the one who did win the Kentucky Derby. That's right, Country Horse. Well, now it's not running in the Preakness. So Is anybody going to watch the Preakness?
No, nobody's going to watch the Preakness. And somebody needs to get Bob Baffert on the phone, the ultimate horse whisperer, and go to that horse, Country House, and say that he is missing his Jordan moment right now. The Preakness could be his flu game.
This could be the flu game. You know why Country Horse is out?
Because he's got a stupid little cough.
Yep. By the way, did you know horses got coughs?
I did not know horses can cough.
Dude, I'm learning.
Not a big fan of horses, for one.
Dude, see, I like horses.
I don't like anything bigger than me. I'm 6'2". Nothing should be bigger than me.
Now, my dogs are scared to death. Like, whenever we go walking and they see the horses and the carriages, they look at them like they're the biggest damn dogs they've ever seen. It's hilarious. My dogs are so scared of those horses. It's hilarious. But anyway, I don't know anybody. Like, it's a mile and 3/16. It's May 18th. It's at Pimlico. And I have to feel like if you're Pimlico Racecourse, and that's in your hometown of Baltimore, isn't it?
It is. Actually, my right around the corner from where my grandmother grew up.
Man, I'd be ticked off. Like, I would feel like the Kentucky Derby basically screwed up my whole summer because this is the entire event. The Preakness is the second, like, most important race. I always go Kentucky Derby first. You know, I do Belmont second. Preakness is kind of third, the one in the middle. And, like, these are the three biggest races of the year. And no,
they're the only three races I actually know.
Pay attention of, yeah. And nope.
I mean, I know Arkansas has a Derby. There's a Florida Derby, but I've never actually seen them. Yeah, I've seen these three races.
Now, that's a lot of horse racing. I usually don't talk this much horse racing. And you know I never talk NASCAR, right?
I do know that.
Well, guess what? I'm going to talk about it right now. But only for a second. You know why I'm talking about it? Dude, Denny Hamlin almost died. You know how come? So my buddy is like driving and like carbon monoxide, it's odorless. You can't like smell it, but if you breathe it, you die.
Yeah.
Well, his race car was just pouring carbon monoxide into his car. So homie's driving, and all of a sudden, like, looks like he's doing really, really bad. And then luckily he stops, exit the car. And if he would have stayed in the car a little bit longer, they said he could have died because he would have died from basically, no joke, carbon monoxide poisoning. He says he feels much better. Like, literally just once he stepped out of the car and started getting some oxygen, he's like, he immediately started feeling better. But man, he felt ill real quickly. And like, how horrible would that be? Like, you're not even in a race. You're just driving around the track, getting ready for the week, and you die of carbon monoxide poisoning. That would just be a nightmare.
I mean, if the malfunction that made the car spew carbon monoxide into the actual cab of the car, if that happens on race day, he's dead.
He's dead.
He doesn't get to pull over.
It's a good point. It's a great point. Yeah. So I didn't know something like that has happened or could happen. I just saw that earlier and thought I'd mention it. Now, this is sad. And I can't imagine if Trevor Bauer is getting this kind of stuff. I want to know what it is that Kevin Durant and LeBron James and the greatest and the biggest stars of all get, because this is gross. And I told y'all years and years ago that social media has its ups and it has its downs, it has its goods and it has its bads. We do know about that. But man, as we are bringing the world, making it smaller and bringing us closer together, et cetera, we're also allowing for bullies to become a lot bigger and more powerful in some aspects. And what I'm trying to say is, like, who knows Trevor Bauer besides me and you? Do a lot of people out there know who Trevor Bauer is besides the weirdo who likes to warm up very, very weird for the Indians? Like, he had a great year last year, and heck, he's been great this year.
I think people around Cleveland definitely know who he is. I think good baseball fans, knowledgeable baseball fans do, but casual fans probably not.
Well, did you know that he literally, after having a horrible game on Monday night, he went in 4-1 on the season, had a horrible game, gave up 10 hits, 8 runs for the White Sox. He gets back to his locker room. He opens up his phone, and you know what it says? And this is where he screenshotted it, and I'm glad he did this, and he sent it out. One fan said, "I will kill you," and that's all they said. Another one, I don't know why they said this, says, I am Chinese. I really will kill you. Another one says, I hope your family dies in a car crash. I can't read how dirty this other one is. You'd have to go actually look at Trevor Bauer's Twitter account. Another guy puts any of it. I don't need to read any more of it. There's a bunch of them. Again, this is Trevor Bauer. This isn't Kevin Durant. This isn't Russell Westbrook. This isn't the biggest star on planet Earth. If he's getting this kind of bullying and hate speech, what are they getting? And again, the other question I have is not trying to be that. I'm all for the First Amendment, freedom of speech, et cetera, et cetera. But I do kind of wonder, like a platform like Twitter and Instagram, when they do have people come out and bully and attack people like this, I guess you can't. I don't know how to write these algorithms or whatever it is that they do, but I thought we were trying to stop cyberbullying. And it seems like we've made it just so much easier to go out there and say anything that we want to anybody. And if Trevor Bauer, who nobody knows is getting like death threats and hate mail every single day in his locker, again, what is going on after these NBA playoffs? Or what's happening to these college kids after a Saturday, like in an Iron Bowl in Alabama? I mean, that's what I'm trying to wonder. Is like, stop. If you're a cyber bully or if you're an idiot that's going out and doing this stuff to professional athletes or just anybody on planet Earth, just simply remember the golden rule. Treat others as you would want to be treated. And if you're on Twitter, if your mom read it, is she going to be disappointed? Maybe you should go by that. And you know what else you should do?
Well, in these messages, you can actually see their screen names, and a lot of all but one have a profile picture. I mean, you can look them up, probably find their mother, and send her the story.
Dude, that's a good point. That is a dead-gum good point.
If I had 2 hours to waste today, I would.
That would be actually, if you have 2 hours to waste and you want to do that, go check out that story and you can do it. That'd be pretty interesting. But whatever y'all do, I'm going to come back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Where Memphis comes for real sports talk. Sports 56.